Are you satisfied? Happy? Miserable? Are you looking for love in all the wrong places? It's time for the Michelle Hughes Show, where we keep it real. Tune in daily and join our controversial topics as we talk about singles, sex, and men and women's issues. And now, the Queen of Relationships on the Michelle Hughes Show. Always keeping it real. Your host, Michelle Hughes.
Well, good evening, everyone. Yes, I'm Michelle Hughes, and I want to thank you all for coming to the show tonight. And you know, we always have a topic that we believe is just ideal for you. And you know, we're speaking to you singles, and tonight we're going to be talking about why is life so painful? Have you ever asked yourself, you know, what is all this pain? Every day is something that you have to deal with in your relationship. And it's not always easy. So I'm going to give you a definition what pain means. And it's a mental or emotional suffering. Sadness caused by some emotional or mental problem. Someone or something that causes trouble or makes you feel angry. Now, isn't that what pain feels like sometimes? And it can go even further by saying sometimes you cry, you have tantrums, you know, that you don't understand why you're doing the things that you do because you're angry at maybe this specific person. So I'm going to give you some acronyms for pain. Pain, P stands for problems. A, angry. I, immediate concerns. N, need healing. And we all need some healing when we are feeling just terrible concerning a person who we trusted and somehow they have lost our confidence through whatever that situation may be. And I was reading Deb Woolingberg, and she talks about why breaking up was so painful for her. And she says here that, well, before I get to Deb's story, I want to give you a poem that I believe is really explains what pain is all about. And it says here, and the poem is about life. And it says here, so much pain, I want to cry. So much pain, I want to die. So much pain, why no goodbye? So much pain, I need to scream. So much pain, it is extreme. So much pain, up my bloodstream. So much pain, is this a dream? Yes, I feel so much pain. It hurts, and it hurts. I loved you as I hold your hand. I wish you can see and understand. Open your eyes, I command. Don't leave me, I demand. Yes, I feel so much pain. It hurts, and it hurts. But it is too late to set things straight. Too late to reverse the hate. Too late to descend upon faith. My tears will flow carelessly. No more hope. Cannot restore what I had before. My heart is broken beyond pieces of broken pieces. Left now, are only souvenirs of unforgetfulness and kisses. How can I live this life again? Like a passing wind, you've made your exit. I bow my head to the ground in defeat. So much pain has once more overwhelmed me again. And that's what pain feels like, especially when you are in a relationship and that relationship comes to an end, and all of a sudden you feel overwhelmed. You feel as if, I don't know how I can make another day without hearing your voice or seeing you. How many of you are feeling this way today? There's so many who are breaking up from relationships. Well, they know they need to break up, but they don't want to feel that pain. And those are the reasons why I believe some people stay stuck in relationships that are still causing them pain, even though they're there, but they're refusing to take that step. Take that step of faith to say enough is enough. I'm not going to continue to carry this pain another day. I'm going to face it, and I'm going to face it with hope, knowing that God's on my side. And if God is on my side, then I know I will be able to endure this situation. Now, I'm going to read Dab's story, Willingberg, and she talks about why is breaking up so painful. And she says, because you are used to having your life built around that person, and now that person is no longer in your life. You're grieving over a broken relationship is said to be just like grieving over death. Like the old saying goes, you never really know what you've got until it's gone. We understand that in time the heart will heal, and if it's meant to be, love will find a way to reappear. Love is indestructible. Relationships are built on things you do together. So there are memories to contend with, happier times, and you go through a type of grieving period just like the death of a loved one. You start thinking, 1, you miss them. 2, you cry. 3, you blame yourself. 4, you get angry. And 5, you finally come to peace with yourself. Because many times you will think you will never find anyone else to love. Well, that is simply not true. You will feel lonely, but remember, most of us have lost love at least once in our lives. There is a void in your life for sure, but there is no one to fill that place. In the short run, you will also feel, kind of insecure about this person no longer being in your life. You'll feel unhappy. No one to call or is calling you. There is a vacant place in that place that you used to have, which causes the pain. Once that emptiness is filled, you will find peace again, and the pain will leave. This is the time to draw closer to God and allow Him to fill that void through His Spirit. And I believe that's the key to overcoming pain. When you feel the most resistance, when you find yourself not understanding, why am I feeling this way? I want more. I want more. I want that person back. But if you take that person back, it's not going to give you the joy that you need, nor will you find the happiness in that person. So why are you going to just, because of your fears, you rather be unhappy than to say enough is enough? And that's what you have to come to in life. You have to make decisions. Those decisions are not always easy. But when you begin to say, I'm going to think about how my life would be if I begin to say, just like this crowd, you'll begin to say, yes, I'm going to find happiness again. It may sound or seem like, no, there's no happiness in anywhere in my life. I may feel it's as if I'm all by myself. And that's when you have to remember, that pain is not here to stay. You will get over it if you allow yourself time to heal. Well, we're going to go to a commercial and we're going to come right back because we understand that pain is not here to stay. It is going to leave you as soon as you begin to say, enough is enough. But no one can make that decision for you. You have to make that decision. And we hope before this show is over that we will have given you some information that will help you to make some positive changes.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back as we deal with more heart-to-heart issues. This is the Queen of Relationships on the Michelle Hughes Show, where we keep it real. Stay with us on the Michelle Hughes Show.
Do you want to change your life? Unlock the secrets to making positive changes in your life with a free membership at makingaapositivechange.com. Take a chance on yourself. Join the Making a Positive Change community today by going to www.makingaapositivechange.com or talk to Dr. Will directly at 239-349-2209.
It's the Michelle Hughes Show. We keep it real. We talk about singles, sex, men and women issues. Come join the conversation on the Michelle Hughes Show. Are you satisfied, happy, or miserable? Are you looking for love in all the wrong places? Well, tune in daily and join our controversial topics. She is the Queen of Relationships on the Michelle Hughes Show. She keeps it real. Don't miss a show with Michelle Hughes.
That's right. Don't miss a show. Tell a friend to come each night at 7:30 to 8 o'clock and listen to the Michelle Hughes Show. And yes, we're here for singles because we know that we're going to give you information that's going to help your life become even more exciting. And that's what we do here. Well, listen, we're going to be reading from our book, The Secret's Out, Living the Pain of Conditional Love. And the foreword was by Dolores Mom Winans. And those of you who have my book, we're going to be reading from page 43. And it says here, my name is Annie, and I'm about to tell you about my romance with the love of my life. I have finally found a real father for my daughter, Shannon, my heartthrob. I will call him Butch to protect the innocent. My heart takes double beats when this man walks into the room. I immediately felt attracted to his persona. I wondered to myself, is he my Prince Charming, the real thing, or is this a package from hell? How many times have I asked myself the following questions? 1, will he treat me like his princess? 2, is this my Prince Charming who will sweep me off my feet? 3, or is this just a fairy tale written for a love novel? 4, will he bring value to the relationship? 5, are we compatible for each other? 6, do we bring the best out of each other? Now, these are just some of the questions that we would ask you, because this book was about Butch, who eventually killed my cousin, which was her husband. And I'm asking you to ask yourself some questions when you find yourself in a relationship, so that you can avoid that pain that many people are feeling in life from entering relationships that they should have never entered. But because they didn't ask themselves the right questions, they went into it with their eyes open and their feelings all in their heart, but not realizing that this was not the person that they should let themselves go to. There are times when you have to think, is this the person I should fall in love with? Is this a person I should let myself go with? And so that's why when people are treating you a certain way, you have to figure out, is this genuine? Is this something that this person is doing just trying to get my attention? Or will this be a lasting situation that this person will continue because he's genuine? But these are some of the questions that sometimes we don't ask ourselves because we are looking for that love attraction. And when you're looking for that love attraction, as I explained in my book, it says here that on page 44, my thoughts are, who am I? What is love? Who am I feeling? What am I feeling? Am I in love? What is the definition of love? I seriously went and looked in the dictionary for the meaning of love. And the dictionary describes love as a strong attraction brought about by affection or desire. I feel affection, desire, and definitely a strong attraction to my sweetheart Butch. The question in my mind is, how do I stay attached and continue to keep him attracted without going to bed with Butch? Yes, Butch is definitely showing me he is in love with me. Can I trust him and his love for me? I guess only time will tell if he is being real with his love towards me. It sure feels good, and he is making me feel like I am his queen. However, I have some concerns about why am I feeling so intense about Butch. Let me explain what I mean. Butch and I went to the movies, and it was a good movie, but all of a sudden, I felt Butch breathing down my neck and wanting to kiss me. I thought to myself, it feels good, but not in public. We are at the movies, so I'm trying to let him know in a nice way to stop because we are in public. Butch is a very affectionate person, but I am trying to use self-control, and he is not helping me maintain my self-control. Listen, it is so hard to stay true to the Word of God when you have a person like Butch around. I am a new baby Christian, and the Bible says you should not fornicate before you get married. Now, holding this conviction is fine when no one is in your life and you are not in love. But what happens when you really want to go all the way with the man in your life that you are in love with? Wow, I am in love with God and Butch. Who is going to win between the battle of love, lust, or conviction? Now, I am discovering that Butch's relationship with God wavers. I'm suppose he wants me to compromise my relationship with God as well. And I am finding myself caught between a rock and a hard place because I feel strong affections and desire for Butch. But the Webster Dictionary also describes love as an object of affection or desire. Sexual intercourse, to have affection or desire for, to engage in sexual intercourse. Thank you, Mr. Webster. You have given me unspeakable language that I'm experiencing for Butch. Now I must look at my gift of love and begin to make some crucial decisions that will determine the future of my life's destiny. Butch and I are adults, and the Webster Dictionary has qualified my emotions, feelings, and affections that we both detect at this present time. The intensity is great when we look into each other's eyes. There is no doubt in our minds what we both are grasping after. We are accepting the reality of us being soulmates. We are touching each other without speaking. We feel each other's breath while speaking over the telephone. What is happening to me? Am I out of control? I am losing myself to another person. I am not thinking anymore. I go to church. I listen to the preacher. Now for the moment, I am listening and discerning the heartbeat of the man that I have fallen in love with, Butch. Butch has no idea what he is doing to me mentally or emotionally. You see, it is hard to talk about my gift of love You see, that's what love is all about. And that's why when you find pain in life, it becomes difficult to accept that pain when you feel this intensity, when you feel so much love for that person. And so when that person begins to show you pain through the words that they speak to you, sometimes they talk down to you, but you keep loving them because you keep feeling that intensity that you once felt when you first got with that person. But somehow, the longer you're with that person, the more you're feeling as if, is this truly the person that I fell in love with? Because I'm feeling so much pain. And pain, it makes you feel awful. If we're truthful, it doesn't make you feel happy. You feel sad. You feel insecure about who you are as a person. And you begin to doubt everything about yourself. And that's when you have to begin to ask yourself some real questions. And that is, does this person truly love me for me? Or is he taking me for granted? Or is she taking me for granted? Does she really see the qualities within me that is saying that I love you for who you are? But why does this person keeps treating me as if I'm nothing? And there are times when you're with people who basically they really feel insecure about themselves. And sometimes they may not have the ability to love. There are people who really, they don't even know how to love. They haven't been shown love maybe by parents or a parent. And so they go through life thinking, this is how you treat people. You treat people with disrespect. And so what's disrespect? They feel disrespect is, okay, you look at me and you honor me, but they don't have to honor you. So they talk down to you while they want you to respect them and talk up to them and make them feel good about themselves, but they don't want to make you feel good about yourself. Now, that's not a legitimate relationship where two people who are supposed to come together and show love for one another, not pain and anger and just wrath. Haven't you seen people, they just have wrath in their eyes? You feel like, wow, you feel as if the way they're looking at you, they can kill you. And so, why are you still there? Why are you still with a person who's not showing you any love? Everything about them is anger and hostility. So you have to ask yourself some questions. And that is, okay, I'm going to give this person the opportunity to make some changes. So you sit down, you talk to the person, and you ask them, do you realize how you're talking to me? It doesn't make me feel good about me. And I don't know how it's making you feel, but it's tearing me to pieces. I feel just terrible about myself every time you speak into my life. And then you can begin to tell them about the things they used to do. When we first got together, things were they were so different. You brought me gifts. You talked nice on the phone when we talked to each other. And you're trying to ask yourself, well, what happened? I mean, what did I do to change all of this? Did I make you this way? Or is this how you are? Because I don't know if I can continue in this relationship with so much anger and so much, you're releasing so much pain towards me. And so when you begin to talk to them and explain to them how you're feeling, then let them talk and explain to you how they're feeling and what they feel and why they act the way they act. And they may ask you why you act the way you act. It might be you who's presenting the anger. And so be honest with that person. And maybe you have to say, listen, I have to get back with you because I'm not understanding why I'm treating you this way myself. But one thing I do know, I don't like the way it feels either. And so let that person think about what they are doing in your relationship and let them come back and give you some answers to why they are feeling the way they are feeling and why they're treating you the way they're treating you. And you may not accept some of the things that they may give you, but at least listen to them and accept what they're saying, because what they're saying is true for them and how they feel. and why they're treating you the way they're treating you. That's the hardest thing, is to accept someone's opinion about you, or accept someone's opinion about themselves, or about the person who you might love, when they're telling you who they are. And sometimes we just overcast it. Oh no, they really not like that. No, they're gonna change. Or no, he's just saying that. He doesn't really mean that. If a person is uttering those things out of their mouth, trust me, they believe what they're saying. Now it's time for you to accept what they're saying, and you can keep going around that mulberry bush until your head falls off. But in the end, you're going to realize that this person is giving you truth. And truth will do what? It will make you free. It'll set you free. And so, set yourself free tonight. Begin to go into this relationship and begin to accept what this person is telling you after you've had a conversation with them. And don't try to add to their words. Let them talk. Because sometimes that's the hardest thing for us to do, is for us to let someone express who they are. And vice versa. Let them do the same. And I believe that when you begin to let that person express who they are and why they give out so much pain, then you may get to the root of the problem. And maybe it might end up being the best relationship you could have ever had, once you are honest with that person and letting them know how you feel. But you could keep riding it and thinking, okay, I'm going to get married to the person, then it's going to change. No, you do yourself a service by getting to the root of the problem before you commit to that person. See, we let our emotions and sexual appeal and all that stuff get in the way, and now it's hard for us to really face the facts about this individual. So I hope this conversation that we're having tonight will make you come to some sense of understanding what you're dealing with in your relationship, especially those who are feeling pain and just that anguish of that person's voice just talking down to you. Every time you're with them, they're talking to you as if they don't care about you. And that's not making you feel good as an individual. So now you have to begin to ask yourself some questions. If I commit to this person, will I be able to accept the language that they're using with me at this time? And if you make some quality decisions and say yes or no, then that will be your decision. What's going to happen after you commit to this person? If you say no, then maybe you can help to bring about some changes. Now, after you have the conversation with the person and they're not willing to make any changes, that's when you have to make some real deep decisions on whether or not you're going to terminate the relationship. And it's better for you to, in my opinion, to get out of Dodge than to hang around with someone who's being vicious and violent through their words. Because you don't have to hit someone to be violent. But the next step is to hit you, because that's coming from a deep within who they are. If they're speaking just words that will just hurt anyone in a demeaning way. So I would tell you tonight, begin to go within yourself and begin to write down some things. Ask yourself, why am I in this relationship? Why am I allowing myself to accept this person's anger towards me? And then ask yourself this question: have I done anything to cause the anger? Am I talking vicious towards them? Am I being just downright evil in any way to provoke them? And if you can honestly say to those questions that you are not participating in any way, then you need to ask yourself some quality decisions whether or not you are going to continue to be in a relationship with someone who is presenting so much pain to you. See, I believe that life isn't difficult and life doesn't have to be painful. It's who we accept into our life. And you have that choice to say yes or no to the people that enters your world. Now, if you want that person to stay in your world, they will stay by your permission. I hope this conversation that we had tonight will help you to begin to make some quality decisions about where your life is going from this day forward. Well, you know what we do here. We keep it real.
Thanks for tuning in to the Michelle Hughes Show. Join us daily for more hot topics with the Queen of Relationships. Always keeping it real. See you tomorrow on the Michelle Hughes Show.